Students of class 8, today I will discuss with you introduction of rational number. So let's see definition of rational number. A number which can be represented in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0 is called a rational number. For examples, uh, 2 by 3 minus another 5, 1, 2, etc. Okay, these are numbers are called rational numbers. But one more thing, in which suppose minus 7 upon 5, it is neither a whole numbers nor fractions, and also it is not a not a natural numbers and not a not an integers. So in which some properties, so properties of rational numbers, there is first property, closure property. It has four types. First one is additions. So in which two rational numbers are required. So after then we will add both of them. So then the resulting number is a rational number. And second is subtractions. Once again, two rational numbers requires. So then their difference is also a rational number. Third, multiplication of two rational numbers, it is also a rational number. Fourth one is divisions. When you divide two rational numbers, then you will get also a rational numbers. So in which second property is commutative property of addition. Commutative property first one is addition. According to additions, we have to write like this: a upon b plus c upon d, c upon d plus a upon b. Okay, its order will be changed, but result will remain same. So it holds good. It holds good for these conditions. Okay. Next one is subtraction. Its meaning is a upon b minus c upon d is not equal to c upon d minus a upon b. So that's why it doesn't hold good. Third is multiplication. So when you multiply both rational numbers, so you will get same result with the changing of order. So it holds good. Fourth one is division. A upon b divided by c upon d is not equal to c upon d divided by a upon b. So it doesn't hold good. For these conditions. Okay, so it is commutative property. It has four types. First one is addition, second subtraction, third multiplication, and fourth division. So here two conditions are good. First is additions. So when you add left hand side rational numbers and right hand side rational numbers, then you will get same result. In multiplication also, when you multiply in left hand side two rational numbers and right hand side of two rational numbers, you will get same results. That's why both properties are good for these conditions. Third property is associative property. So in which first one is addition. So according to additions, we have to write like this: a upon b plus in brackets of c upon d plus e upon f is equal to in brackets of a upon b plus c upon d plus e upon f. In subtraction, a upon b minus in bracket of c upon d minus e upon f is not equal to a upon b minus e upon d minus e upon f. Then multiplications, a upon b into in brackets of c upon d into e upon f is equal to a upon b into c upon d into e upon f. And last is division. So a upon b divided by in brackets of c upon d divided by e upon f is not equal to in brackets of a upon b divided by c upon d divided by e upon f. So in which, dear students, under additions it hold good. It hold good. Why? Because when you add these number of left hand side and right hand side, then you will get same result. In subtraction, it doesn't hold good. Why? Because when you when you subtract, then you will not get same result from both sides. Okay, in multiplications you will get same result from both sides, so it hold good. In fourth, it doesn't hold good. So dear students, in this property also two conditions are good for. First one is additions and second one is multiplication. Okay, so I will tell you about next one is
चलो
distributive property. Of multiplication. So in which we require three rational numbers if p by q, r by s and t by s are three rational numbers, then p by q into r upon s plus t by s, it will be equal to p by q into r by s plus p by q into t by s. So its meaning is distributive property of multiplications over addition. It holds good. Similarly, p by q into r by s minus t by u, it also good for subtraction. T by u. So both results, both properties are satisfied as all good. Next, additive identity property. Additive identity property means if any rational number is p by q and when we add 0 to the given rational number, then we will get result as the same. So here 0 is called additive identity of a rational number. Next one is multiplicative identity property. So when you multiply 1 to any rational number, so if any rational number is p by q and when you multiply it with 1, then there is no change. You will get same result. So here 1 is called multiplicative identity. Okay. Next one is absolute value of a rational number. It will be represented in the form of inside of two vertical lines. It may be positive, it may be negative. But after deleting two vertical lines, then you will get result in positive form. So if both numbers are negative, then result you will get in positive form. Next is if p is positive and q is negative, so the result is positive. Next, if p negative and q positive, result in the form of positive, and both numbers are positive, and result also positive. Okay, there are 4 types, but result still remains same: p by q, p by q, or p by q in positive form always. So next is how to represent a rational number on number line. So let's see. Represent a rational number on number line. So suppose a number line, here numbers are given. So we will change these numbers in rational numbers by if you write 1 as a denominator to every number, then it become as a rational number. So now you can check here. You can plot. Suppose you have to plot two positive 2. So here you can plot -3 here. Okay, and these positive numbers are called natural number. And next, these are called negative numbers. And 0 neither positive nor negative. Okay, and next, the last one is here how to find rational number between two given rational numbers. There are 2 methods. First is average method. Second is two equivalent methods. Equivalent method means, that means you have to make the denominators as same, then you can check how many number lie between two numbers, and you can check with the help of number line. So example, suppose to find two rational numbers between 1/2 and 1/3. So by average method, first rational number lie between 1/2 and 1/3. Then you have to add both numbers, then both number divided by 2. Sum of observation divided by total number of observations. Then you have to solve the number inside the brackets. So with the help of LCM, 6/2 3, 6/3 2. So the result is 1/2 into 5/6. So the result is 5/12. First rational number 5/12, and second rational number lie between 1/2 and 5/12. You have to take any resulting numbers. Okay, so 1/2 and 1/2 plus 5/12. So you have to solve inside the numbers inside of the brackets. So take LCM 12, then 6 plus 5. So the result is 1/2 into 11/12, then 11/24. So by average methods, you can find two rational numbers. So therefore 5/12 and 11/12 lie between 1/2 and 1/3. So it was average methods. Now I will tell you about how to equivalent and how to make the denominators and same, then how we can check number lie between or not. So let's see. Firstly, you have to make the LCM. You have to take the LCM of between two numbers. How to take LCMs? You have to check denominators. So here both numbers are prime. So 2 3 is 6. So 6/2 3, and 6/3 then 2. So you know very well 2/6 and 3/6. So after that, here you know 2 and 3. And 2, then after 2 just 3 comes. So you can multiply both number again by similar number. Its numerators and denominators will multiply. You can multiply by 2. So the result 4/12 and 3/6. If you multiply 3/6 by 2, its numerator also multiply by 2 and denominator also. So 6/12. So now you can check 4/12 and 6/12. So there is only one numbers. So we have to multiply again. So 2/6, it will be multiplied by 3. So 6/18. Next 3/6, if you multiply by 3, then 9/18. So now you can check easily 6/18 and 9/18. So here between 6 and 9, two numbers are there, 7/18 and 8/18. So two numbers. So two numbers lie between 7/8, 18 8 by 18 lie between 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. So by these methods you have to solve, you have two rational numbers. So it was introductions. So in next meeting I will tell you about exercise of these chapters. Thank you. Have a nice day.